Hi, this is Ernie again. I'm the guy who had $6 in his checking account and now having millions of dollars. Today, I want to talk about something that is a little bit controversial. Actually, it probably is very controversial. But since I've been getting a lot of comments or direct messages from people saying, I just don't make enough money. So I'm going to share what I've done. In some ways, I think I did it right. In some ways, I have regrets. But I want to discuss this topic. It's job hopping. Yeah, so if you are older generation, like my parents' generation, you go to one company and you retire. Um, and if you are younger generation, you're like, I'm gonna go wherever the money is. So I'm gonna give you a simple analogy of why I think job hopping might be, or maybe switching your job, not necessarily job hopping from one to another. Is a simple illustration is this. So Skinny Pop, we bought a bunch of them, like a box of 28, because we need to create this gift box or gift bag for my kid's birthday. If you go to Walmart, this is, I think it's like 47 or 46 cents per bag. Actually, by the way, I don't even like this one. I think the best one is the Buddha popcorn with coconut oil. But anyway, and if you go to 7-Eleven for the same bag, probably will charge you about $1. Same thing, exact same size. At Walmart, 47 cents. If you go to 7-Eleven, it will be probably $1. If you go to the airport, for those who have been traveling, they'll probably charge you about $2, maybe $3 for this tiny little bag. If you're on an airplane where you have no place you can go to buy anything, they'll probably charge you $5. Why am I talking about this? Because you might not be earning as much, not because you lack the skills or you don't have the right education. Maybe some people, maybe that's the case. But there's a good possibility that you're not earning as much because you're not at the right job where they see a lot of value in you. And I thought that was my case. So I had a very well-paying job right out of college. For those who are watching this for the first time, when I graduated from college, people are making about 38,000. People who got paid really well was making about $40,000 a year with a college degree. But then I had the right major, I had right skill sets. So I was making decent amount of money. And recruiter decided to reach out. And I said, hey, why not? Because my belief was, and this is tied to investing as well, I get to know more about that company, especially if it's a publicly traded company, so that I can better inform myself what is going on and what their priorities are. And I could ask a bunch of questions. In some cases, you cannot, right? And at the same time, I get to see what my skills are truly worth in the marketplace. So whenever I get a call from a recruiter, I just answer. And I have conversations and I go through interviews. And I realized that from where I was, prestigious company, a lot of people are willing to take a pay cut to go there, versus other smaller companies, they were paying me like 40% more. And then I go talk to another company, they're willing to give me 60% more. So I realized I need to make a trade-off. Leaving a very good, reputable company and going to a smaller company and make even more money, or continue to stay there and build my career. And my preference was, I'm gonna chase money. I'm gonna sacrifice the reputation of job hopping, but maybe down the road, I'm gonna have my, stay at a company for 5-10 years or so. So that's what I decided to do. When I spoke to recruiters, they said, you made a mistake. You should have stayed at that company for a long time. But if you're talking purely on a financial perspective, I think I did the right thing, because my salary went 3.5 times in less than 5 years because I moved around. This might not be the right thing for you to do. And this might be something maybe you shouldn't consider doing. But for me, is finding where I am worth so that I can get the most out of what I have invested in time, education, and skills, and etc. So that's what I decided to do. And of course, you kind of have to embellish a story. Hopefully, nobody who's interviewing me is looking at this video, but you tell them, the cultural fit was not there. That's why I ended up moving, blah, blah, blah. But you'll be very surprised how much you are worth. You might say, I don't have a college degree. I have plenty of friends without a college degree that has a 6-figure job. You'll be very surprised. Who didn't finish college? Maybe 2 years in college or 3 years in college. So don't underestimate your value. When there's a great job, apply, whether it's through your network or just simply applying that, you don't really get a lot of success rate. And when there's a company that's willing to talk to you, and it doesn't even matter who they are, just talk to them so that you get to learn more about these companies. Like, for example, I interviewed with one of the Berkshire Hathaway companies, and I realized, wow, they don't acquire a company unless there's a 40% profit margin. No wonder why Berkshire Hathaway has tons and tons of money and profit. So these are some of the things that I learned by interviewing with companies. So you should definitely look and see, one, to use this as an opportunity to do a little bit of investing research. And two, you should truly figure out what you are worth in the job market. And if it makes sense for you to leave that job, go to somewhere else so that you'll be able to make a lot more money. Because when you make that a lot more money, you could put more into saving. In some cases, I've saved like $140,000 a year, and I put everything into investing account. You might be able to do something like that. So more money means more saving, means more money to invest so that you'll be able to retire early like I have in my 40s. Hopefully, I know this is a controversial topic. I know recruiters will hate my video, but do what's right for you, not recruiters, not the employers. Maybe I still don't know. Maybe I did make some mistakes and not staying at reputable companies like the company that I stayed. But I believe I made the right decision. And I want to hear from you as well, whether you think I actually made the right decision or people, this is what people do. Hopefully this content is useful. Hopefully it will motivate you to think about your career and where you are and whether you are truly appreciated and paid accordingly. Please follow, please repost, please like. And if you have any questions, please comment. And then also, you can also send me direct messages if you have anything sensitive that you don't want to share in public. Enjoy your day, and I'll be back posting my next option trading that I'm about to do. See ya.